remove. There we go. I've added you all back in. Welcome. Matt, where are you? I can actually see your face.
I know I'm blurred out today. I'm outside by the fire.
Matt, you're on fire. I don't know if you know this, but you're on fire. You okay?
Help me. This is the weather for it. So this is what we're doing.
For
as often as we can at the
self-immolation.
moment.
Are you protesting against conflict, Matthew?
It's just the way to stay warm in the country. It's much colder here.
Best way to prove a point.
Best way to prove a point.
We have a lot to discuss. And I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm sure we have so many people watching us. So what are we doing with our 21.04 gems? Don't all answer at once.
Well, we can't convert it.
No, just don't all answer at once. Shh. I want silence. I want complete silence from all of you. And I don't even want to see Matt. This is high quality stuff.
I'm so sorry.
Do we start with small talk? You want to warm up a little bit? Okay, let's warm up. Joe,
great.
You've had a couple of good drops, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had a couple of good drops.
You have.
I got myself some Elsa. I got some Homer and Bart. Yeah, we need we need that kind of luck running for us to get from the thing to Donny, I feel. Not sure what else. I'm trying to think what our strategy should be.
How did you get these drops though, by the way? Because you and Neo managed to score these last couple of drops. How are you doing this? Because didn't it like block out the entire world?
Well, can we just please distinguish between Neo's commercial decision to purchase a collectible and my success in a game of chance that has
is that what
me any other?
Hang on a second.
What did you pay, Neo?
That is a very false, Dreyfus.
Really? Did you get lucky
in the drop?
Did you?
Right.
I thought you were buying in the secondary market.
No way.
Liz, Joe comes in and is all like talking a big game now, like trash talking. Here I am, second drop, 2 from 2, and you're taking on Neo. Neo with the shit talk as well, of all people. Have you ever seen Neo on the basketball court, Joe? It's a sight.
I hear he's pretty angry. What did you get, Neo? Did you get the hat? Did you get the hat, or did you get
equivalent to one rare? I got the hat, the Mickey Sorcerer hat.
Oh, well done.
By chance.
Huge.
Because it was a shocking. I feel like the message boards were talking about a very bad experience. Everyone had a pretty bad experience with the countdown clock and not being able to get in onto the app. But I was actually watching the live stream of the Real Randy, and that pulled me through because seeing everyone's comments in his live stream saying that no one was actually claiming that they'd gotten anything. And this was, 15, 17 minutes after the timer had run out. So based on that, I thought there's still a chance to get something.
Yeah, well, I was still mashing at quarter past, because I reckon yesterday I only got like 20 minutes, like 20 past, 25 past, and I thought maybe that's what'll happen again this morning. The difference this time round was that the countdown clock restarted a couple of times. That didn't happen yesterday.
So you've got how much?
Yeah.
Matt, you're back. I wasn't expecting that.
I came inside because I was like, yeah.
Too much nerd talk from the neighbours.
I'm terrified I'm gonna wake our daughter up now, but anyway.
It'd be worth
continue.
it talking about Disney statues. Grown men talking about Disney statues.
I'm really
so-
jealous.
It's it's so silly though. Like, because like, yeah, sure, there's like a massive dopamine hit when it's like, oh, I got lucky, right? But then you start to reflect on it minutes later and it's like, yeah, it's a scratchy, right? With uncertain value down the track. That's it.
Expensive scratchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, yeah. Like you paid the minimum price that you could pay, which was $60, but you're saying that you don't know where that money is actually going to go in the future. Is it just lining the pockets?
No, it's like I've paid. Yeah, it could definitely be like, I think you asked me the other day whether or not, or maybe it was this morning, you asked me if I thought it was a rug pull.
Yeah.
And I think I was a pretty firm no. Well, I'd like an option on the fence again after today. I think I'll jump back on the fence.
What makes you jump back on the fence?
Just having read a little bit more about promises that when where they failed to deliver, and the bona fides of these founders, to me, could have been fabricated potentially. I'd love to know if someone's actually turned up to their office. Yeah, I mean, there's it's like a lot of this stuff has been built on, it's like this mutually reinforcing echo chamber where, you get podcasts talking about these collectibles and you get, like it just builds on each other, right? And you get this hype, but what's behind all this?
Yeah, I mean,
are you controlling who appears big on the screen, by the way?
Yeah.
Are you controlling who?
Yeah, it's me.
Who are
That's
you?
me.
Because every time I speak, I find it really disconcerting because suddenly I get big and it's like I'm yelling at myself.
Do you think, Joe? Do you think that a company? This is the argument made by all the YouTubers. The Moon Boys. Well, they're not Moon Boys, but they're fanboys and girls. That a company like Disney or DC or Marvel would do due diligence in a way that would be so thorough that they, in terms of looking at the financials of the company they're partnering with, to minimize the risk of something terrible happening that would tarnish their brand?
Well, I guess let's think through what's the downside to these brands if it is in fact a rug pull, right? If it turns out it's a rug pull, and this seems very unlikely, right, when I talk it through, but say VeVe have just claimed rights to the intellectual property of these companies, and have I dropped out?
Nah, I still got you.
Hello?
Before you go on though, Joe, so let's say hello to Luke, who's joined us from the UK, I believe.
Really?
we have a viewer. We have a viewer.
One viewer?
We have one viewer. Luke actually really wanted to buy our thing.
Hello, Luke.
Oh.
And we had just released the first video and hinted the fact that Randy was going to join us. And Luke had seen it. He's like, "How much is your thing going for?" Or what was the number, the mint number? And we hadn't yet released the Randy episode, but I was like, "It's gone now." But when we have to keep an eye on like when we get the next thing. So tonight, Luke, we're going to strategize about what our next move is with our 21.04 gems that we have. Cha-ching! And yeah, but when we get whatever the next thing is that we buy, we'll put up the mint number, we'll put up the price and the ad and that kind of stuff. Yeah, and you tried to buy it, but Randy took it straight away because it was obviously such a good thing. Joe, I interrupted you. Now, Joe, and by the way, let's be mindful not to defame anyone. So, but continue with your rug pull
Joe,
theory.
don't be mindful. Go for it. Go for the jugular.
As long as he's not mentioning individuals, as long as he's not
Mindful
mentioning
about
individuals,
what?
is fine. About not defaming any individuals, but you can go for your life on the project.
Right. Suddenly I've remembered that we're live streaming.
Your filter's on.
Great.
No, take the filter back off. Come on. No more filter.
If okay, so here's my theory. If in fact it's a rug pull and the brands have decided for whatever reason that they don't care that another brand is deciding to sell their intellectual property on their behalf, all of that's very unlikely, but just say that is the case, then down the track, these brands could release NFTs that they properly endorse, right? That's one scenario. And then suddenly everything that we purchased with gems becomes worthless because in fact, this was just something that VeVe cooked up.
Yeah, and that's definitely
I feel like
that's
likely.
I don't think they'll become worthless though. I still think they would have some sort of value to a collector. If it was just like, okay, this is the finite amount of NFTs that's created for the Disney, and then Disney do their own thing, then that's kind of like their own.
Matt, you're frozen.
We don't even know that we've got an NFT. We don't know that we own anything because there's nothing recorded on the blockchain. Like, it's literally something. It's a program that VeVe have cooked up, and they've said you can put money into it, and we'll put a 6 and a 0 next to a gold statue, and you can your money, your number can go from 120 down to 60, and then we're telling you that you own this picture. There's no evidence to show that I can use it, I can take it. Like,
when you think about it, and
it's make believe.
There are reports that the company are doing well, as in they're profitable and they're enjoying the fruits of years of struggling to get this concept off the ground. When you think about it, now that it's landed and it's probably only going to grow from here, what a fucking great business model. Like, you are selling digital statues or digital images. Like, and the deal that they cut with the licensor, it's like, I mean, they're going to have more and more power as time goes on, so they'll be able to have a better deal for themselves over time, because more and more brands are going to want to work with them.
Yeah,
I'd say even if they're collecting like 5%,
it seems wild to me that they would have come so far down this road and not anticipated that being unable to cash out into fiat was going to be a huge barrier to even more widespread adoption.
I think they thought they were going to have about 30,000 users at this point.
Like, that's bonkers to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's taken off faster than what they anticipated.
That's why it crashes all the time.
The technology is not ready to handle the number of people who are there, but it's like, whenever I sort of go through the thinking of like, where is it recorded on the blockchain? Whereabouts is the money transfer license? Why can't I cash out? And those are, I actually don't have answers to them. The only thing that keeps me thinking this is awesome are the names of the brands. Like, that's the trust. That's the trust that I have in it is based on the reputation of the brands rather than VeVe itself. But like, at the same time, any of those brands surely are big enough to be able to go and do their own things. Like you said, Joe, like if you're Disney, what's stopping you from going and creating your own NFT or your own NFTs and, having a part of the Disney app that allows you to buy and sell and and trade NFTs
I think that
on there.
I think they will, but they want to dip their toes with a partner first, and once they're truly immutable, like proper Ethereum-based NFTs, assuming that happens, Joe, hopefully, and we own them. Like, remember, Disney are getting a cut on every secondary market sale forever. So they're probably watching this going, how successful is this NFT thing? Eventually it can be part of the Disney Plus app, and any gaming applications they're building for the future, they can be releasing certified Disney NFTs. Like that's the thing about VeVe. It's like an online store in my mind in the first instance, and it allows brands to try it out and see if it works and see if there's uptake. Because not everything has worked. Like Star Trek hasn't really worked, right? Like
Borg.
There's still a Borg in the store if you want to buy it. But I bought the Starship Enterprise.
I took a Borg before.
About that.
Serious Borg.
Serious Borg. But yeah, I don't know. I think all these feelings are really normal in crypto too, because the rug pull thing just happens every week. Especially amongst low cap. I mean, they've got a $1.4 billion market cap, so it would be an epic rug pull if it happened. It would be a lot of liquidity.
It'd be a great doco.
This would be the doco, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Our four men lost everything.
We could sell it to HBO or something at the end.
Fire Festival, eat your heart out.
Yeah,
totally.
Absolutely. Now we need to talk strategy. Enough doom and gloom. Strategy. We have 21.04 gems.
That's three attempts at a comic.
Luke on the line.
We still have Luke? I think so. I think Luke's here.
All right.
Luke, if you're here,
because Luke was saying that he tried to buy the thing, but it wasn't on the market, and that's because at the moment we don't own a thing. But Luke, if Luke would like to participate in this trade up, then potentially we could buy another collectible, list it as something that Luke wants to buy, and Luke can agree to pay us that price and participate in this grand scheme.
I like your thinking, Joe. But you realize you have to win some trust back from Luke for all your shit talking against VeVe for the last 7 minutes.
I didn't think this through very well.
So look, if Joe was out of the picture, what would you do? What NFT would you recommend that we buy? But you're the oracle, Joe. This is the thing. You're the oracle, so you absolutely have to be the skeptical one of the group. But maybe it's not Luke who's watching.
I'm probably
21 gems is 3 shots at the
put
comic.
a lid on
No.
it slightly.
Three shots of the comic, Neo. I think that's the way to think about it. Have I frozen, or have you guys frozen? I don't know anymore.
Joe might have frozen.
We've lost Matt. He's gone. He's finally cracked it. He's had enough. Yeah, I think 3 goes at a comic book is a great idea. And like other option could be 1 crack at a comic book that's undervalued, but I don't think anything is as undervalued. Like is going for like 21 gems anyway.
What about those Mighty Marvels? I don't know how what the chances are that they would appreciate quickly. And
the new ones,
or just any are they any sitting at 21? I haven't looked.
Well, the thing was,
and outside of the thing.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay.
Yeah. And you bought it.
We've lost Joe.
You're very glitchy, Joe.
I'm back. Sorry. Here I am.
Gotcha. Can you repeat what you said? Because you muffled.
Has the thing appreciated since Randy bought it from us?
Oh, okay. Let's have a look. No, it has gone down. It is now 10 gems.
Oh, sorry, Randy.
Fucked you there, mate. So, Luke says, I think it's so little we know about what's coming. VeVe is a small part of the whole idea. Companies like Disney possibly know what's coming. The VeVeverse, VeVe app is a small project. Luke is here. Look, yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, that like Disney the companies who are partnering with VeVe may be knowing what the next step is in the evolution of this company, which is the VeVeverse, and that we don't, and that's what builds the trust with them to get them on board. Joe, what's your response to that?
I hope you're right. I mean, it's more likely at this stage, I think, that Disney and Marvel and the big brands are on board and that there's some collaboration with VeVe. I think the scenario, like the doomsday scenario that I'm kind of painting, is unlikely. I think Luke raises an interesting idea, which is that, you know, maybe there will be other apps that emerge over time that are competing platforms. So will we see an Elsa on a different platform? And if that's the case, does VeVe hold an exclusive license with the brands to over particular bits of their IP? There's no way I would sign that away if I were Disney, which begs the question then whether or not they're planning to on-sell their IP to other apps.
Well, I guess in that scenario, something like the Elsa NFT that was released this morning is the first appearance.
They are not
okay. I knew you were gonna do this. Okay, what should I call them? What do you want me to call them?
Pictures.
Okay.
I bought a picture for 60 gems, and it rotates.
Okay. All right. Okay, we'll call it a picture. Would you say that is a first appearance, or it's not until it is categorized technically as an NFT?
It could be. It's the first picture, like it's the first appearance of a golden picture of a rotating Elsa. Like, yeah, you know, in the same way that, you know, I could put an NFT onto OpenSea, and that's the first appearance of the thing that I created. I mean, it's different if Disney comes out and says categorically, we will not be releasing Elsa to other apps, and this is the only place where you can buy this golden picture. Then that changes the game for me, and I don't think we've got that.
Well, and they can't exist on OpenSea at the moment. Well, because they're not licensed. So the difference is that VeVe has the license, but sure, they could lose the license at any time. But if you wanted to characterize this as it's the first,
it might not be an exclusive
licensed rotating golden statue.
Yeah, and it's what I'm saying is it's probably not an exclusive license. Like, I can't imagine Disney signing an exclusive license to anyone to issue pictures of its characters.
Well, we should find out. I mean, if there's, I think that this is like definitely something worth trying to get some answers on. And, you know, like on our next one, let's see if we can track down some people, maybe get someone to join us who actually knows what they're talking about apart from like us few fuckheads who don't have a clue what we're doing.
I reckon I could track down someone who actually knows more about NFTs and could talk to us.
Luke, I'm glad you love the project, and I would like to hear your idea about what our next purchase is, because we're throwing around ideas at the moment. I really like your plan, Neo, for getting 3 comic book drops, because they're guaranteed to at least triple in price.
Yeah.
Overnight. That's the way they seem to go.
The issue is actually getting one.
Yes.
I can solve that.
Luke, but yes, you can. Yeah, Joe has the internet connection.
I think it must be the connection
gems.
in our local neighborhood that's doing well.
Yeah.
Well, my internet, if you want to ever get a drop, do not come to this house. Okay, so I'm just thinking, are we calling it? Are we saying it's 3 comic book drops? Or do we just start with 1, see how we go?
Well, before we hit go on that strategy, can I just bring Luke back in? Because potentially Luke can be part of our story by selling us a collectible at much less than cost price, and then us on selling it, basically, so that we can trade up to Donny faster.
That's true. That's true. Oh,
So I'm asking you now, Luke, if you're
That's
still
a big
there,
ask.
is there a collectible that you are?
He's hung up.
Okay, here I reckon the best chance is to get my money is 3 comics. Yes.
Yep.
But Luke, what do you currently own that we could pay 21 gems for, which is grossly underpriced? What would you accept 21 gems for? And if you say a thing, it's all over.
The thing to the thing.
While Luke has a think.
Do you know what though? Just
go
thinking,
now.
if just say we had that 21 gems when the stamps dropped. I mean, they were only six each, and they went up quite considerable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we could go. You could have a comic, and there might be another cheap drop that comes through, maybe for 10 gems. We could get lucky. It's kind of maybe Joe, what you're saying is right. Maybe we hedge our bets on a comic, but then also wait for some future drops, which we might be able to pay for with the remainder.
That's true. Hey, and also the way that whereabouts are we storing these gems as well? Because at the moment, I sold my thing and the gems have gone into my account, but that's mixed with other gems that I have anyway. But we're keeping a ledger of each trade.
I trust you.
But if I was to, well, it's not so. Look, I'm a trustworthy guy, but I also want to be able to show anyone who follows our journey that we're legitimately. Yeah, we need a ledger. We'll call our ledger Heath. A Marvel 1 common classic. Really? Would you trade that for 21 gems, Luke? If you would, then this is absolutely a done deal.
Hang on a second.
Can I throw it? Can I?
Sorry, I should put it to the guys.
Can I
fuck these guys? Fuck these guys. Yeah, I'll just take them off the screen. Neo and Joe are out of here. We don't need them anymore.
Luke said yes. Can we celebrate that? Luke said yes.
That's huge.
So
Huge.
put us all back to the screen because this is drama.
This is massive.
Huge.
Luke, this is huge. How do we do this?
Can I just jump in quickly?
Okay.
As great as this moment
Luke,
is,
stay there. Wait. Luke,
just
please stay
playing
there.
just another side of the coin here. Don't go, Luke. I'm just saying this is great. This is fantastic news. But if we were to nab an ultra rare or rare in a drop,
Yeah.
that will take us quicker to the next step towards our Donny. Then, respectfully,
Yes.
with respect, Luke, the offer that's at hand.
However, yeah, Luke raised a good point. Marvel
First
Comics
yeah.
is the first ever NFT comic. That is a good point.
Yep.
What's their
So why do I
market
get rid
value?
of it? So
It's also valued a lot higher than 21 gems.
okay,
So Luke's offer
proposal.
is a
Yep.
very generous offer,
Mm.
which basically gets us to net a lot more gems, and therefore we could do quite a few more comic drops, etc. So that is actually a really very, very good offer. I would like to
Thank you,
acknowledge
Luke.
that, Luke.
Can I pitch in a shout out from Randy Chavez, because he said he wanted to reconnect with us at every major milestone, and
Yeah.
this is a milestone.
True.
This is one of them.
That's true, actually.
So drop
That's
in your
true.
Twitter
Boys.
handle.
He's put it
Yeah.
there. Let's do
There you
it.
go. Let's
What
do
about-
this.
what-
Let's do this,
should we-
Luke.
should we
Let's absolutely do
circumvent
this.
that?
Yeah, Matt dropped out. Matt gets no say in this. He's gone out to light the fire outside, or self-immolate, whatever it was he was doing. And Joe, when we get Randy back on, you're basically gonna have to eat your words over the last, 10 minutes or so. And
Well, when I do my
just kinda
second
chill out.
live stream, I will understand that I have in fact been broadcasting my words live. That I've not fully appreciated.
Oh, Luke.
Luke, he's coming.
Luke says, I'll offer something worth 60 gems so you can try to buy a Disney drop this week.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You're amazing. Wow, that's really, really generous. Thank you,
That's
Luke.
huge.
That's really generous. Thank you. That's so kind. Well, okay. Now, how are we going to do this? Because we need to do this properly.
transfer
Usually,
option,
how
right?
do we do it? Yeah, it's a transfer. Okay. If you chuck us your, I'm assuming if you chuck us your username, Luke, is that right?
I haven't been able to search for specific users, by the way. I was trying to search for you guys to follow you, and I just
top
couldn't
right.
figure it out in the VeVe app. Yep.
Top right, magnifying glass, and then there should be a drop down, and you can go to account.
Roger that, Luke.
Yeah.
We'll give you 5 minutes. All good. I understand. Oh, awesome. Got it. I understand.
I just want to also clarify for the record, Joe, that I definitely got the cap on the drop this morning.
I'm getting nothing when I'm going search account.
Oh, I think that might be his Twitter.
So then if you have the search account section, and then if you go back to the left-hand side where it says I'm looking for, that's where you can type the name.
Oh, I'm logged into the wrong Twitter account. Where's my Twitter? Where's my Twitters? Oh yeah, I've got my Twitters here. That's fine. I'll DM you on Twitter, Luke. Okay. Well, this is major.
This is huge.
This is a big moment. I mean, let's have a think about, while I try to track down Luke on Twitter. Can you have a bit of a think about how we could use,
Star
roughly
Wars.
60 gems?
Yeah.
Star Wars. Imagine we got, I mean, if you like me to log in as you, Pato, then I can just get it.
Yeah, sure.
Or the Avengers one as well. I think that will be equally as sought after.
Yeah.
Which
Maybe
one
if
is
we get
the-
Star Wars tomorrow, flip it, then we'll get 2 Avengers.
Wow.
Wait, I don't think Star Wars is tomorrow. I think it's Wale.
They're all gold, mate.
Yeah, to your point, gold pictures. So
They're gold pictures.
Okay, here we go. I'm just messaging Luke as we speak.
This is
God,
the
this is
most
huge.
exciting thing I've done on the internet.
This
pretty
is
much ever.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. Pretty cool. Okay, so Neo and Joe, what are you planning to do with your golden statues that you got? Are you holding them or are you selling them?
I think I'm going to hold mine, and just to wait and see what utility could be added at some point down into the future.
Joe hates it.
Yeah, it's
Talk to me.
I'm holding mine because I don't want to invest any more effort into understanding how the market works. Other than in like if the effort that I put in goes into trading OMI. It's so great because at least OMI I can convert to fiat via another crypto. This is bonkers. It's monopoly.
Luke, you'll see that I've followed you on Twitter from my account. So if you can follow me back, then we can message. Massive. Okay. So
if you're in my position, right? I've spent $120. I've got $700 now. What would you do, Pato?
I'd probably sell them. Just
Really?
because, yeah.
Honestly, without knowing about it, like the fact that they are the first appearance, if some collector really values that, like I don't know anything about this market, but the fact that they're the first thing to me is like, well, let's see what happens in 5 years' time.
Yeah. I think that's actually the more responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
So I think they actually would appreciate substantially if all goes according to plan. But
yeah,
that's assuming that, they become these NFTs that you're saying they're not, the business doesn't collapse.
Why does my strategy about which collectibles to hold or sell change if like the uncertainty around being able to convert to fiat is equal across both scenarios, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't change the trading strategy.
Yeah, that's true. You with your damn logic and facts. Yeah, that's true.
So would you still flip them or would you hodl them?
See, I would be, because I'm just a very impatient person. I think I would. Oh, thanks, Luke. I think I would flip them and then immediately regret it. No, the more responsible thing would be to hold them for, years, multiple years, because I will probably go up heaps.
Yeah.
Where are you now?
It's an interesting one. I think when I picked up that ultra rare comic, I was in my mindset. I was like, I will gladly flip this quite quickly, just to get some gems.
I couldn't believe that was your first one. What was it?
I can't remember. It was the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I think that first appearance of Ben Reilly. Can't remember the title of it. But with respect to this one, I just think, I don't know, just something about this particular release. Yes, I know there's a cloud over it, but you see how quickly the demand or the
is the cloud called Joe?
No.
Okay.
You know what is interesting, and because I listened to that podcast that you sent through this morning, Pato.
Comics and Crypto podcast.
I think
Big
so.
shout out. Those
Maybe
guys are great.
Yesterday. Yeah, so great.
I'd love to get them on the show.
And
Continue.
there was a comment, like, it's a discussion between like bona fide collectors, and they were saying, it's really irritating that the market is being diluted by investors. And that resonates for me because, like, I don't call myself an investor, but I'm certainly not a collector. Yeah. And so things that immediately frustrate me about the app experience, for example, is that it's impossible to track historical price changes for the collectibles. So I'm kind of relying on you two to say, oh, isn't that interesting that this collectible has, halved in price over the last week? You only know that because you've actually clicked on the thing. You can't just chart it. And that to me, like, there's a natural ceiling, I think, on the patience of investors to actually participate in this market. Like, it's set up for collectors. So that's interesting to me.
Yeah. So it keeps it quite pure in that regard.
It is, like, it's the user experience is motivated by a collector, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's really true. I mean, apart from the fact, though, that you are getting shut out from being able to pick something up on a drop.
But that mimics real life, right? If you're a collector and there's a fixed number of baseball cards or whatever, not everyone gets one.
Or even just
that's true.
I think about the times you would line up at Foot Locker to try and get a new pair of Jordans, and there'd be 200 there, and you get there, and then you'd see a box, but it wasn't the right size.
So Luke has just written, I said, are we on for this exchange? Luke has said, definitely yes. I'm just thinking what collectibles I would pay for 60 gems. Can you buy a zombie Captain America for 21? List it for 60.
Yeah, that's the way it's got to happen. Yeah. It's a 2-step process.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't actually send, is that right? So yeah, okay. Because we can't actually send gems to you and do this because we're working on the app. All right. Okay, Luke, let's do this. So it's all happening live. You're watching episode 5 of The Thing to Donny. And you're going to watch me multitask, which is never a good thing. Never a good thing. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be trying to talk and make a major life decision. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm dropping out. You talk amongst yourselves, and I'm gonna buy a zombie.
Can we just send positive affirmations towards Luke while we know he's listening? He's just got no right of reply, but like, this is a huge leap of faith for us, and just what a legend for like wanting to participate in this.
It's
unbelievable.
It's huge. When
we get to the Donny, like, I hope we can do a little like the Olympic torch, where we go around and on every step we get to just check in with the people who helped us along the way.
It's like the Friends reunion.
Friends is shit. Never watched it.
How dare you?
I prefer the Olympic torch. I prefer the Olympic torch analogy.
Thank you so much.
Neo, don't you even pretend that you are not a fan of Friends.
Oh, I'm a fan of Friends, but I just think the Olympic torch applied better in this instance.
Because you were multitasking, I appreciated that you almost said a fan of Friends.
Oh, God. All right.
Yeah, Luke,
keep talking about yourselves.
This is huge, Luke. Big kudos to you. I'd be keen to know what your story is as well.
Yeah.
But maybe that's for another time.
Let us know, Luke. Let us know in the chat. I'd love to know more about you. Where are you working?
It kind of mirrors our day, right? Because we spent a lot of our working day talking about VeVe. So
that's actually true.
There's a lot in common.
True. Why can't I find these?
Great.
I can't find these zombies. Hang on.
Luke just acknowledged that he's a big fan of VeVe, and he was angry when when Randy bought our thing. Well, man, if it's any consolation, you're gonna be helping us out with the larger gem total than what Randy did.
Yeah, it
is. You've got one up on Randy in that case.
That is very true. Why can't I find it?
Joe, what was your strategy this morning? Keen to know.
Okay, so
I'm still looking for Captain America, by the way. Go to market, type in search a zombie. Yeah, and I know. I feel like I'm really failing here.
Before?
It's a bad user experience.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. What was your strategy this morning?
My strategy this morning, set the alarm for. Okay. So this is what happened the morning before, right? I set my alarm for the wrong time. I set it for 6 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. And that meant that I was logged in. I was.
Luke said you can't find zombie Captain America anywhere in the marketplace, and that's why they're cheap.
Great. Yeah, so I was in an hour before the job, just because I set my alarm wrong.
It's very good.
And I reckon that had something to do with it. So it couldn't log me out of the app because I reckon when everyone piled in, that was 5 or 10 minutes before. Yeah. So
sorry to interrupt, Luke. I've found this zombie Captain America. It's number 3,678, and it's listed. Yeah, found it. Listed for 21 gems. So I'm gonna buy that. That's the one. If we can get a confirmation that you like
Randy,
that one,
let's get that bread.
Let's get that bread.
I shouldn't steal that. That's his line. But I just felt it was.
Okay, we've got a call. We've got a go ahead and a call. So I'm going to purchase this one right now. Here we go. Here we go. And it's really difficult trying to do this like mirrored. Okay.
Nice.
Purchase successful. Okay. Yeah, it is a good edition number. I was really happy with that. Okay, here we go. So.
Back to your point, Joe, I think you're right. I think getting in there early and just sort of holding a seat.
So, this morning I was in like 15 minutes before. And then I kind of just was snoozing, and then 2 or 3 minutes before I was in, and then went to take a shit. And
okay, on that note, okay, I'm going to sell for buy now price. And what buy now price are we listing it for, Luke? This is your last chance to well, your first. It's not your last chance. It's your first, second, third, and only chance to make a bid. But what do you want us to list it for?
A Persian rug.
Matt's joining. And Matt's joining.
Oh, great timing.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Matt,
sorry.
Incredible timing.
Great timing.
Were
you just
66?
No, we've got
a buyer.
What happened?
So
Luke,
Luke,
we'll tell you.
Okay, we're about to sell something for 66 gems.
What? To who?
We've just made our first transfer. Matt, are you Luke? Okay.
Wait.
So here we go. I'm about to. Oh, Luke, amazing. So you said
nice.
list it for 66, so you get over 60 gems after listing fees. Luke, that is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to list this right now for 66 gems. Here we go. Confirm details. And he's right, because there's a $5.61 gem listing fee or success fee. So I'm going to hit list in market.
Oh,
there we go.
Generous.
It's listed there.
You're selling Captain America?
66.
What did I miss?
Look, Matt, there is so
Matt,
much
fuck up.
to catch up on. So, Luke,
I'll just
you're
watch the
looking
stream.
for-
I'll watch the playback. Don't worry.
you're looking for number 3, 6, 7, 8. You're looking for. I've put the mint number in the chat. 3, 6, 7, 8. And let's see. I'd love to be here on this live stream when Luke makes his purchase, and we can celebrate and give some huge kudos. So while Luke is hunting the market for the Captain America zombie that we have just listed, let's bring. Yeah, he's going to say this will take me a while to find it. Luke, we are very patient. So, Matt, while you've been gone, major development here. Major development. Okay, so where do we start?
I feel like
Luke
I
says he
can
hopes Randy isn't watching. Okay,
Basically,
go.
Luke has come up with our strategy because
amazing.
my initial suggestion was to basically list something, but then what was to have Luke sell us something that is worth much more than the 21 gems that we had for at a discount effectively. But then Luke suggested so that we can basically have enough to enter the lottery tomorrow for the golden pictures drop, that we would buy something that he would then buy off us for 66. And so we went and bought the zombie with our 21, and then Luke has agreed to buy it back off us at 66.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Huge trade up.
Luke, you're an angel.
Isn't he? Just absolutely
And
massive.
so when you say lottery, you mean the blind box drop tomorrow, right?
Yep. Yeah, sorry, yep.
Okay. And that's
Joe.
And yeah.
You've missed like major politics here, major scandal with Joe saying they're not NFTs, that he'd prefer to call them what was it? Golden
pictures.
Golden pictures.
Rotating golden pictures.
Rotating golden pictures.
Who was it that had the theory about the like the chess pieces? Because I'm buying into that now. That there's going to be some board game that we can play.
That was Randy. I think Randy. I heard that off Randy. He was saying that they could look like Monopoly pieces.
Yeah.
But the other thing which he also mentioned was that, particularly for the Disney ones, it could serve as like a fast track pass if you were to go into like a Disney World or a Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking about that as like it's future utility. But I think to Joe's point, what's to say Disney don't release their own that are affiliated with their theme parks?
If they don't, there'd be something wrong with capitalism. Like,
what do you mean there's something wrong with capitalism?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's great. But if
it's always been fine. Nothing's ever gone wrong.
They would be what they're selling all these NFTs, watching the money roll in. They'd be like, okay, throw everything at NFTs. Like, this is a fucking no-brainer.
Did anyone see Luke's typo and think that we had another viewer when he said, "Hope Andy isn't watching"? But in fact, it was
Randy. Luke, are you the only viewer that we have still?
Yes. Luke is like number one fan.
Well,
in like both ways. First, and only.
You're our next guest on the show.
And best.
We're gonna have you on.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, there's so many things that have come out of this this stream, which is that we have to check in with Randy because we've made our first trade up. Well, since his. But this is like this is a leap. this is a leap.
This is a 3x leap.
Then we have to talk to Luke, and we also have to get someone on who is an expert. Is this right, Joe? In NFTs, is that right?
Well,
and to try to explain why or why not these are NFTs.
yeah, when I say expert, I mean someone who knows like marginally more than us.
Introducing Matt, everyone.
No, I don't. I mean, so I did co-author a white paper about this whole thing, but I still don't. I think Joe's point is valid, and it's been bad. Yeah, this has been going on since I discovered VeVe about whether or not, if there's no ability to take them off the VeVe platform, then they're not real NFTs. But hashtag soon, Joe. You know, it's coming. But one thing, one guy I'd love to talk to is Brock McBlockchain.
Real name?
I don't know.
It's like a WWE fighter.
He looks like one too. He wears a cat mask. He has like a cat mask that he wears when he's interviewed.
Oh, him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's super interesting, and he actually worked for the ecomi team, or did some work for them when he was working at GoChain years ago, and he's got some really interesting insights, and he's obviously really into the project and collecting and stuff, but he's been around, it sounds like, for years in crypto. And NFTs before it was a thing. But I don't know if he would talk to us. He's pretty Omi famous.
Well, let's try. Why not?
Hey, Luke's giving us a thumbs up. Pato, did you want to check your?
Oh yeah, I saw that. He said
looking
he's still looking. Yeah, he said it takes some time to scroll
Right.
to scroll on the market. And
Also,
considering it is substantially more than the floor price, it's going to take a while for him to find it. But I hope, Luke, that we've got a good mint number for you. So I want to get something that at least is relatively worth your while. So I think there was one that was like a 10,000 or something, and then there was one that was listed for pretty much the same price. It was 3,678. So hopefully that does something. But I mean, you know,
that's the thing that still confuses me about this. It's
the mint number thing.
Yeah.
How so?
Just because it's all like, what's the difference between the 10,001 and the 3,001? Bar its mint number.
Because
it's all physical numerology, isn't it?
Like there's some people who collectible, would you get it, Neo? If it was like, if it were on a physical collectible, like a baseball card or like a statue or something that you actually had, would you get it then?
I think that makes digital sense. Yeah, I think it like, you know, like the comics, a first version versus a 30th version. If it's an actual page that you're turning, I can understand that a bit more than a digital.
UCV,
just made it up.
UCV Equinox says, read the comments, man. Breaking news. Proof on my Twitter. I'm not sure if this person is taking the piss or if you're referring to something VeVe related. Can you give us some more information, UCV Equinox?
UCV Equinox.
And Luke, I'm
not
glad you're happy with the edition number.
UCV Equinox, are you trying to shill your favorite shitcoin? Is this a clever way of doing that on our stream? Shame on you if so. No shilling.
Let's have a look. No, UCV Equinox says it only
swear to God
tweeted 6 times since 2014.
You swear to God,
unless you have. All right. Well, we will await what the news is. Still waiting for Luke. Yeah, still waiting for Luke. But There's no rush, Luke, because I think you got to get through literally like 10,000 of these to find it. Sorry, guys, I interrupted you. As you were.
Can we subsidize Luke's trip to the physiotherapist, like to fix his finger once he's made his purchase?
Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, this O is an O. Okay. All right. Let's have a look. Let's try this again. I'm sorry, UCV, that I disrespected you. Let's try that one more time. You guys chat amongst yourselves. Don't mind me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. UCV Equinox.
I don't
I'm gonna find you on Twitter, UCV Equinox.
Breaking news. If Zion Williamson scores over 25 points today versus LeBron, we will give a PS5 to a random person who likes this tweet. Do you want us to like this tweet from January 16th? UCV Equinox.
Wow.
So, cool.
Is this how you become an influencer?
No, I think this is the
so.
opposite. This is the
Is
opposite way of becoming an influencer.
Wait, are we the influencers? Is that what you mean?
We're not really selling a product.
Nah, but like you go to a highly influential audience and share your message there, and then that kind of upsizes your own voice on the internet, right? That's what Equinox is doing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because now
Yeah, you
we
gotta
have
speak.
endorsed him in front of Luke, and Luke is like,
That's
fuck,
true.
I better find out what's.
Don't interrupt Luke. He's still scrolling. Let's stay on
There's a lot of
target.
scrolling to do. That's right.
True that. Luke, we'll tell you what's on going on Twitter.
I think LeBron is still scoring points. I'm pretty sure that's what's happened. Meanwhile, 25-year-old Australian woman wins $1 million for getting vaccinated. Thanks, Breezy Scroll. This is what happens when you open up Twitter. Matt, what do you have for dinner tonight?
Really
I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel now.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I have to go again.
You have to go.
My child is awake. Again. Bless you.
Matt, do you know what?
Don't kick me out of the group.
Because you will come back later. I bet we will have made a Donny tonight.
I can't miss it. Are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay on the stream for like hours? Is that the plan?
Well, I think I really want to capture this moment to
The trade
actually make this sale with Luke. So
okay, good.
we got you. You're still trying to find it.
Yeah.
I'll swing back. I'll swing back in a bit in a couple of hours and see if you still. I'll swing back as soon as I can.
All good. See what
Neo, can we talk about your first foray into purchasing OMI tokens? How did you find it? How are you feeling?
Oh, yeah. It was very. I mean, James
Luke said it would be easier and quicker. I know. What about if I I'll post an ad in the feed. Look, that'll be the way to do it.
That's
right.
Good. That's a good call.
Oh, yep.
That should show up more quickly.
Sorry, go on.
I just said that should make it show up a bit more quickly. Like if I post about it, you should be able to see it. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
There's no way. I've been wondering about that feed. It just seems to say F4F all the time.
Oh, you've been seeing my posts. I'm sorry. I interrupted both of you.
Yeah.
Joe,
Neil, tell us about your experience purchasing OMI token for the first time.
It was very. I was like handheld through the whole way via James.
Oh, really?
because I think I was just petrified of things just evaporating into ether. But I mean, it was.
You wish you had some ether. Everyone
Sorry?
does. You wish you had some ether.
It's an interesting sort of step-by-step process, and the fees are interesting as well. But I guess it's just part of the parcel, right? It's very nerve-wracking though when, like, I'm glad I sort of withdrew small amounts to just make sure that
It's all working.
the addresses were correct. And I think the language is also a bit confusing because you're looking for a deposit address, but you want to put it into a withdraw, I guess, area of one of these platforms. You kind of just trying to get too tongue-tied and just play it safe and do small deposits and then chuck everything in.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Well, I remember doing it back in the day when I was like flying solo, and that felt really scary because I was just flying blind.
Yeah.
Because everyone else was like, "Oh, cryptocurrency is stupid. It's just a fad. Just a fad." And so I kind of got up on my soapbox a couple of times, but I quickly got off that soapbox.
Yeah.
And then I was flying solo for a while. And now I'm just excited that
you're back
people
in.
are joining the party. It's great.
Yeah. It's it was interesting.
Luke was just going past the edition 2,800.
Here we go.
It's flying. He's flying.
Oh, that poor thing.
He's nearly there.
2,800, and he was going to.
What if I Oh yeah, I. It could be an issue if I post on the feed. I won't put it on the feed. I'll let him keep.
What is that? Because what, someone else might buy it. UCB Equinox could just fly in from.
That's true.
Yeah.
That would not be cool. We'll let it sit there. Luke, I believe in you. I reckon you can get to it. I reckon you'll be there within seconds.
3150.
3150.
Stay on
3150.
target. Stay
Nearly
on target.
This is a big moment.
It'd be good as a user, right? If you're interested in understanding about the interest of your collectible, like on the market, to understand how many times it's been viewed.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that would be a good feature in VeVe app, right? Because with an auction, right, you can see how many bids. That's a bit of a proxy for interest. But if you're just listing something, it'd be great to know.
I guess then again, that comes into the like collector versus investor experience, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Such an interesting point. I mean,
it'd be like these unique little number combinations that would like drive the collector. Like, I'm just thinking, is it like, as an idea, you could say like, you know, what year did Frozen come out in? What, 2013?
13.
So maybe the mint number 2013 for an Elsa is going to be just like extremely sought after just based on that.
Yeah, good point.
Like it. That's why, like, I think it's all like numerology.
Yeah. Equinox has got
People love that shit.
0. It's not 2013.
It's there's a couple of those numbers in there though. If you jumbled them up. Apparently stuff like the 1939, I think it was, Marvel, like even if you get a common, if you have the right the right numbers.
Well, I'll look up
It's like
Fantasia, right?
hugely valuable.
Fantasia. It came out in 1940, so be interesting to see, like, if people have made is the consumer driven by like that sort of granular detail of a product, or
I'm so sure they are. I'm so sure. Like, just for people to be able to absolutely, just to show off what they own. I 100% guarantee that there's people who look for the release date, and they'll happily pay a lot of money just to point that, those few numbers.
Yeah.
Or 3317 is getting there. He's getting
My
there.
Elsa.
Did we see the pen?
00819.
That's very good.
Like, that's great. But
I was trying to think, is there some alternate? Is there something about August 19th, maybe?
I mean, 8 is a lucky number in I guess Chinese sort of culture. So
yeah, I'm laughing at Luke's comment. There's hope the app will cope with the attack at Captain America zombie section. It's true. It's never been poked so much as tonight. It sounded rude.
What's dropping tomorrow morning?
Yeah,
time?
7.
7 what?
Sorry?
PM tomorrow morning. I legitimately didn't bother this morning. I was just like, and because I didn't realize it was this. I didn't realize it was a Disney thing. 3364.
It was a pretty incredible sort of just situation, because, like I said, I was watching Randy's live stream and just seeing the people's comments. And yeah, everyone's experiencing issues. The timer had reset a couple of times for a few people.
Yeah.
No one had actually said, I've secured like a green truck or my gems have been taken. So that kind of gave me faith that there was still.
I saw the green truck this morning, and I feel like I didn't see that the day before.
And that happened to me. Yeah.
Did that happen to you?
Me previously, where it takes your gems and then it just sort of either kicks you out of the app or something happens. But I think the rule of thumb is if your gems get taken, you're in with a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
I think something happened like at the start of this year where there was a drop. It took people's gems, but then they got delivered something shit when actually they'd gone for something really good. And so to make up for it, they created a brand new, I was going to say NFT, but I won't for you, Joe. They created a brand new piece of art. They created a brand new JPEG, which they gave to everyone who'd missed out, everyone whose gems they'd taken. And it was like, I can't remember which one it was, but it ended up being like the equivalent of a ultra rare or a secret rare because there were so few of them. So they actually ended up getting something that was of greater value. So I wonder, but in this case, people are already calling for compensation. It was so funny. Everyone's like so outraged whenever they miss out. And everyone's like, I want some bloody compensation for the pain and suffering I've been through.
It is,
but
what
unless
it
they're taking
is.
your money, yeah, exactly. Unless they're taking your money, you can't really comply.
I wonder if those people who complained grew up with dial-up internet. I feel like dial-up internet's really hardened my like exterior. I can sort of deal with the loss of missing out.
I completely agree.
Dial-up
we
internet
are nearly there. We're nearly there, Luke.
Anyone who's had like a Command and Conquer original like dial-up game and like right at the climax, right after like 2 or 3 hours of battle, is just not going to get pissed off if they miss out on a bloody blind box.
Yeah, totally.
Are you saying that because at that point someone's called the home line and you're disconnected?
UCV Equinox, I think I owe you an apology because you were posting on the VeVe feed, were you? I thought you were directing us to Twitter, and we thought you were just spamming us and like having some lols. But you have posted something, so sorry for taking the piss. We thought you were just taking the piss out of us. And Matt Walters has gotten in touch with us and says we fucking rule. Thank you so much. So do you. Yeah, but UCB Equinox, the next thing that we buy, we will not take the piss out of you, and could be interested in doing some trade ups with you too. Because I missed the pen. I got to say, I was concentrating on Luke's journey through the marketplace because he is now up to number 3589.
Get there.
I'm interested in our 3 viewers in all your thoughts on, like, if we do get this Pixar drop tomorrow, what our strategy is from there. Neo, Joe, while we wait for a barrage of comments, what do you think?
I reckon see how it plays out.
You've got to hold it happen. Based on what we've seen, the other gold pictures that have dropped in the last 2 days, it's looking like you hold on for a couple of days, it's going to be worth more Monopoly money. So we hold on.
Yeah.
But then we can't hold on too long because we need to keep momentum going on our trade up. I guess there'd be increasingly narrow pool about, generous people like Luke, willing to meet us close to the value.
He said, "Are we ready?"
It's about to happen.
We are ready.
Jesus.
We're ready. Matt saying, gems, Joe. Gems. Matt, if you can comment, why can't you join the stream? Come on, mate. You got the link, Matt. Oh, sorry. I know you were looking after your daughter. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, are we ready?
I think
we are ready.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Neo.
No.
I'll keep interrupting either of you whenever stuff happens. Unless, yes, okay. Matt, point taken. You can't make any noise in your kid's room. Point taken. While we wait to see if
this is so great.
If there's,
I love everything about it.
Any action on our listing. It would be if Luke was just completely taking the piss. That would be funny.
It's a rug pull.
Ready. It could be, Luke, is this a rug pull? This would be the best live stream.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, he's buying.
He's
buying.
Get that bread.
I'm loading. I'm reloading. He says, let's capture this. Okay, here we go.
Fuck. He's recording this entire thing, and we're going to be on his Twitter as the douchebag.
That is a possibility. But, you put it all on the line when you join this this crazy project, Joe. While I'm waiting for Luke to either make the sale or to say April Fools. Yeah, so we go for, now I interrupted you where you were you're talking about your strategy with Pixar Neo.
Yeah, I reckon we go for the one tomorrow, and if we're fortunate enough to get something, I think we should try we should try sell it quickly, just because the future drops I think are going to appreciate much more. I think Star Wars and Avengers are going to blow Wall-E and maybe even Simpsons out of the water. Not necessarily Disney, but I reckon the Star Wars one will be pretty hot to trot.
Yeah, that will be insane.
And
so, do you think,
like, if we nab something tomorrow, we sell for let's just say 250 gems, 250 Monopoly monies, we still have a chance to get a couple of the subsequent Disney drops, and there's a bit of coin left. There's a bit of Monopoly money left over.
Payment error, Luke. Our server is currently under heavy load. I actually tried to log in just then. I got logged out of VeVe. So,
hey, Luke, are you Dan Crothers?
Oh, he's just messaging me again. Okay, he's about to buy it now.
I think the pizza delivery truck's from the movie Wall-E, right? Maybe not.
Oh, it says the VeVe app won't let me buy it. Okay.
Oh, they're on to us.
I'm just messaging saying I'm going to log in and out again. The funny thing, so Luke just said the VeVe app won't let me buy it. He's tried a couple of times, and it says servers under heavy load, which is funny because the it's not even like drop time, but people must be buying and selling like crazy. So I'm going to. Can you guys get onto the app, because I can't? I'm getting logged out. Yeah.
When you say funny, this is one of the funniest things I've ever participated in. Yeah, my apps.
I can't get on the app either.
Of all times, VeVe, I feel like maybe Dan Crothers is watching.
All right. So, what was the name of the
Luke, we're
collectible?
waiting.
It's a zombie, right? I'm going to see if I can find your zombie.
Zombie Captain America.
Okay.
But Luke, we're waiting patiently too. So there's not a major rush. We'll sit tight. Until we can.
Does anyone remember like the thinking music from Wheel of Fortune?
Jeopardy. Oh.
Dun, 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 dun. Is that it?
I think that's Jeopardy.
Oh yeah.
It is. Nah, I'm thinking of
That's right. Bang.
Great recall. That's about as great as the time Pato recreated the peanut butter ad with the Elvis. What was the peanut butter?
Oh yeah.
Half peanut butter.
Yeah. When my baby spread me she didn't spread so good.
my whole VeVe app's like super buggy. Like it's not showing anything in the collection. There's nothing in market.
Yeah, crazy.
I
wonder what time it is in the States.
What?
Maybe everyone's logging in.
Nah, there's. Oh, this is gags on.
VeVe shat itself. VeVe has really shat itself.
My wallet's empty. All right. Let's get on VeVe Twitter.
Oh, man. This is
That's
crazy
nuts.
talk. What's going on? I'm messaging Luke on Twitter just saying,
we know that it's shat itself.
yeah. I'm just going to say all cool, happy to keep trying until VeVe stops crapping its pants. Pants is a very funny word, isn't it? I feel like the word pants is not used enough.
What's used?
I also like Dax. Dax is actually quite a good one. Like if you say you shat your Dax, people usually say shat your Dax more than shat your pants. But I think shat your pants is quite rarely used in Australia. Like you say shat your Dax a lot more in Australia.
Or
but shat your pants. Shit your jocks. That's quite a good one, actually.
I always enjoyed when a friend of mine used to like just on nights out would like get us together and give us a full like footy rev up, and he'd always talk about like the second half, not like us not wanting to get pantsed.
I love the verb. The verb pantsed is great.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
that's like they still play those rules when you're like playing pool, right? If you don't sink a ball, it's
you've been pantsed.
You've been pantsed.
Yeah.
Luke, we're back. The app is working again.
Not mine.
Oh, really?
Because Joe, they tapped into this line and you've been barred now.
He says, log out from YouTube for 5 minutes. Don't panic. I'm trying to find a way how to buy it. Be back at ASAP. All good. My VeVe app has restarted I've logged back in.
This is just amazing. How fortunate. What are the chances?
Yeah.
How did he even find us?
Yeah, so
I did add him on LinkedIn today. Got a couple of questions.
Does he look like a zombie Captain America? If he does,
my request is still pending.
Oh, okay, that's a shame. I was actually, so Luke commented on our first video or second video, just saying he's like really like this this project. Or confirm purchase.
Really?
Here we go. 3678. Okay, Luke, I'm having a look. Is my listing there still? Is my listing there? Still there. Let's see. Will it take your gems? Let's see if it works.
The dramatic tension is incredible.
My listings, there are no items to show. And we've just had a transaction for a market sell for 69 gems.
Oh my God.
Luke said I had to log out. There it is.
Absolute
and
legend.
We have all the transaction details right there. Joe, you might like to have a little read of the transaction ID.
Can you just send us a little screenshot of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Luke, congratulations firstly to you for being the first buyer of a Thing to Donny market purchase. And congratulations to us for trading up. And I think most importantly, a big thank you and shout out to Luke for making this whole thing happen.
Huge.
The hugest shout it. Like,
massive.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Very generous
What a
to
huge
go
moment.
from 21 to 60.
Massive.
Huge.
I thought that was going to take months. So, Luke, your thinking was profound there. That's just huge, huge, huge. So this now gets us to a point where, we can jump into this drop tomorrow morning. And Joe, if you log in as me,
We've got
you can
more of a
use your
chance.
you can use your badass internet and get this drop.
Sick.
What do you reckon? Amazing. Well, let's call it a night. Again, massive, massive kudos to Luke for the strategy, for the gems, and for most importantly, what is going to be a lifelong RSI problem. Because that
And
was
can we
that you were
please- can we
scrolling
please,
forever.
if Luke is up for this, wouldn't it be great to just catch up for a chat?
Game on.
Yeah, bloody oath. Bloody oath. Let us know, Luke. Love to have you on if you want to disclose your identity. Or if not, we can have some fun typey chats. Either way, we'd love to hear from you and check in and see what happens with this zombie Captain America. So I think that thing's going places, right? That was awesome.
Podcast. Zombie to nothing.
Zombie to
The moon.
Hey, zombie to the moon. It could be
Yeah.
zombie to bloody it could be zombie to Fantasia hat, Mickey Sorcerer's hat. Luke has just written then he just got in touch with me saying that he was still trying, but I should just say that it's come through.
Yeah.
Luke, you're probably not watching this at the moment, but I'm just going to
work.
confirm we've got the purchase.
Can we send him a recording of our celebration in case he didn't see it live?
Yes, definitely.
He deserves that.
Yeah, definitely. At the end, I'll trim out a little bit and flick it to him. Really good call. So here I was thinking an hour and a half ago, I logged on thinking, I'm just going to have to do this live because we don't have the paid StreamYard account. So you can't pre-record. And I was like, we're going to have to go live. But this is going to be an issue because firstly, no one's going to watch. So what's the point? But then I'm like, well, no one's going to watch, but still we're going to be broadcast, live streaming this thing. And that's very difficult when you can't edit. There's a lot of lags. And most importantly, there's no drama. Like I would usually take our long-winded discussions and edit them up so there's a little bit of like a conversation flow. Well, tonight we had actual like real life drama. It couldn't have got any more dramatic than it did.
So good.
We had highs and lows. We had moments of like the heart was in the mouth.
Oh, mate. And
there's a
UCV
beautiful
Equinox
ending.
was absolutely frothing it.
Yeah.
Yes. UCV Equinox came on as I thought there was a bit of Jafar happening there. There's definitely some Disney villain. And
Luke's back.
Luke's back.
You're back,
Mate,
baby. Luke, we did it.
Shout out.
Lukey, baby.
Lukey, baby. Luke, we just
What
gave
a
you a massive
legend.
shout out, but now that you're back here, let's do this right now. Let's stand and round of applause for Luke. Was that the sound of one hand clapping, Joe?
Yeah, well, I had to hold up my laptop at the same time, but I'm a bit overcome with emotion now that we know that Luke is actually listening to us live and getting a little bit jittery.
That was a serious challenge, Luke. Honestly, massive. We're so excited. And we're just saying that we thought we were going to have to manufacture some drama for tonight's feed because we had no plan of going live. We were just going to pre-record this, but couldn't get the software working properly. So we went live. Sure, we've been live streaming for like an hour and a half. There's been a few sort of dull moments. I won't lie, but we were just saying how there was like legitimately huge drama, and culminating in like the fairy tale ending. How good's that? So Luke, thank you so much. We were saying as well, we really wanted to get you on in some capacity. If you want to tell us a bit about you've officially been VeVe'd. We want to know, like, catch up with you next time, hear a bit about who you are, and if you have a similar thing to VeVe trade up story that you're trying to do too. So we'll save this for the next stream. We want to keep in touch with you, though, Luke. That was a great strategy tonight. It certainly worked out very well for us. I'm not sure about you yet, but hopefully that edition that you have works out quite well. We're pumped you're part of it too.
Yeah, agreed.
Guys, shall we wrap?
Great job.
Let's wrap.
Yeah.
Awesome work. Neo, Joe, Luke, you've got a story. Yes. Well, you're part of this one now. How good's that? This is very fun. All right. And we're going to try
7 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God.
See you, Luke.
Then.
See you, Luke.
Yes. Don't get
Bye,
fired.
guys.
See ya.
Yeah.